Welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel, where we bring you all of the latest updates from the football transfer market. And starting off then with a deal that Al Nassr have been working on for the last month or so is David Hancko. And David Hancko is set to join Al Nassr on a permanent transfer from Feyenoord. And as I said, it's been very long negotiations between Al Nassr and Feyenoord after the agreement with Hancko was reached weeks ago on player side, but the deal is now in place, club to club agreement for €33 million plus add-ons for Hancko to join Al Nassr as new centre-back, and the medical test will take place, and then Hancko will sign a 3-year deal at Al Nassr. And then next up for Al Nassr, I expect a forward to replace John Duran for the Saudi club. Kyle Walker-Peters was very, very close to becoming new Besiktas player, but yesterday West Ham United made a late move for Kyle Walker-Peters, and now the Besiktas deal is off, and Kyle Walker-Peters is set to join West Ham United as a free agent. And West Ham United have had long-term interest, and we know they've just signed Juve as a fullback, and now Kyle Walker-Peters is set to join, and the medical test for Kyle Walker-Peters will take place in the next days, and then if all completed, he will sign as a free agent and sign a 3-year deal for West Ham after West Ham moved really quickly after he was very, very close to signing in as new Besiktas player. So West Ham United signed new right back in Kyle Walker-Peters. Evan Ferguson then, and Roma are closing in on a deal to sign Evan Ferguson. And this summer, Evan Ferguson's exit from Brighton was always a strong possibility, and Roma are the team who have been pushing out for the last week or so to sign him. And talks between Brighton and Roma are at the final stages, with Brighton's final green light expected soon. And one thing I can't tell you on this one is the formula, because there's been various reports of a loan with an obligation to buy or just a permanent deal. So let's wait and see, but we know Roma are working on multiple deals at the moment. But Ferguson has already said yes to the Roma move, as he's keen on the move, so that one should be a done deal in the next few days after talks are really, really advanced, and Brighton's green light could come anytime soon. Fabrizio Romano then has dropped an update on the future of Xavi Simons, because it's been very quiet around Simons recently, and we know he will leave Leipzig this summer, or he has opened to. He informed Leipzig like months ago that he will leave this summer after signing permanently in January, and the Premier League still remains the most likely destination for Xavi Simons when he leaves, because we know that he's a name on the list for Bayern Munich recently, but then there's also Premier League clubs like Arsenal and Chelsea. And one thing that Fabrizio Romano said is that Arsenal made an inquiry about Xavi Simons earlier in the transfer window, and we know they're currently looking at Eberechi Eze as well, and the two similar players. So let's wait and see if Arsenal reactivate the option of Xavi Simons. But also Chelsea have interest and are attentive to the situation of Xavi Simons. So Premier League still remains the most likely destination for Xavi Simons, as he is likely to exit Leipzig. We know Leipzig want a profit on what they brought Simons for in January, so let's wait and see. And with Barcelona at the moment, nothing between Barca and Xavi. After a long, long wait, Bryan Mbeumo is set to join Manchester United on a permanent transfer from Brentford, and the agreement is now finally in place after Manchester United sent a new bid yesterday, which is £65 million initial fee, and then around £6 million in add-ons for Bryan Mbeumo to finally become a player. And we know Manchester United have been negotiating for weeks now, but they finally agree on a package, and this means for Johan Visa, his exit now is increasingly difficult from Brentford, this summer. So next up is medical tests for Mbeumo, and then he'll sign in as a Manchester United player on a 5-year deal with an option for a further year. So next up, after Mbeumo's deal's done, is then Manchester United will look into the striker market of what options are available. So that is it from me. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.